What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of My Ultimate Team. This is episode number 38, and we start today's episode off with Henry coming back to us and saying, I list a player on the market and then you send me a trade off with the players and coins you want doubled. Then you list a player and I send you a trade offer with the players and coins doubled. So yeah, he's basically trying to scam us, and we're just trying to keep him going as long as possible. We say I'm willing to do that. I'm just curious, what's in it for you? This isn't a scam, is it? So we're a bit cautious at the moment. We've been really eager. Henry's been really eager at the moment. We're a bit cautious. So I want to find out what's in it for Henry. Because he's going to be doing this for free, man. He's not getting anything from this. He's doing this for free. But we'll wait and see what happens with Henry there. And straight afterwards, we go into the Champions Shield again. We're into the quarterfinals now, and we take on this 4-3-3. La Liga side, including inform Pedro at right wing, so a very, very strong side, and yeah, was looking really fearful for us, to be honest, because he's got a great side in there. And sadly, he did take the lead as well in the 4th minute. Isco powered through my defence. He ran through like 4 challenges and then rode the challenge of Kabul as well before putting the ball past Petr Cech. So 4 minutes in, we were already behind in this game, but in the 30th minute, Asaidi gets onto the ball here. I tried to shoot, but Jordi Alba made the challenge. Ramos then gave the ball away. It came to Asaidi. He played the ball through towards Loic Remy, and our French striker put the ball past Valdez to make it 1-1. So back on level terms, half an hour played in this game, and trying to do better in this tournament compared to how we did in the last try we had, where we reached the semi-finals and got knocked out. But Hisi Oscar played the ball through to Loic Remy. Remy Ronaldo trots past Rafael Varane and then puts the ball past Victor Valdez with his outside of his right boot, finds the back of it. That makes it 2-1, and that is how the game finished. So quite a good game. I was very, very pleased to get the win. So we are through to the semi-finals, and it was tough. It was a really tough game. The guy was a very decent player. Cech made a couple of good saves in there as well, but Loic Remy's 2 goals does see us through to the semi-finals. And as I said, he was probably a little bit better than me in that game. I did dominate possession a little bit, but he did have a few more shots. But yeah, we are now through to the semi-finals, and the squad was beginning to tire a little bit, but I thought we'd be okay for one more game. So we tried to get ourselves against another opponent here, and we did. We come against this side, an 82 rated, 100 chemistry side, full La Liga side with one exception. Thiago Silva was playing centre-back, so of course he wouldn't be on 9 chem, but even so, it was a really, really strong side, including Lionel Messi and of course Neymar up front as a strike partnership, so it would be very difficult for me to beat this guy. But Neymar did score in the 11th minute there, so sadly we couldn't hold on to a clean sheet for very long. Just 11 minutes in, Neymar scored, so we were 1-0 behind and had to come back from that. But just a few minutes afterwards, Sanya robs Messi, gives the ball to Yunus Kabul, and we play out from the back as per usual, because Shelny rolls it through to Asaidi down the left hand side here. He plays a wonderful ball over the top towards the run of Loic Remy. He chests the ball brilliantly, he gets past Sergio Ramos and puts the ball into the bottom corner. So I actually fought there as well, because I couldn't celebrate. The referee had blown up for a penalty, but thankfully he didn't, and Remy makes it 1-1. And in the 26th minute, some nice passing finds Ben Arthur. Ben Arthur chips the ball over the top to Asaidi. Lovely first touch, gets around Thiago Silva and puts the ball past the goalkeeper to make it 2-1 here. So we're in front, we're 2-1 up here, and we were playing pretty well against a very strong side. But in the 44th minute here, the ball is crossed in towards the head of Thiago Silva. It's headed away. Ben Arthur gets onto it. We try and go on the counter. Loic Remy then gives the ball away. But how frustrating is this? As I gave the ball away, Messi shoots here, and as he shoots, I freeze frame. There's 2 players in an offside position, and well, as you can see as well, you might see on the shadow right at the left of your screen there, as Messi shoots, Cech spills it, and Neymar turns it into the empty net. And the reason he was onside, the reason those 2 players who looked like they were miles offside were onside, was because Sandro was on the floor playing him onside. He was injured, he was hurt, and unfortunately for us, that's just typical my luck. There's nothing I can do about that, and sadly it's 2-2. But in the 78th minute here, Neymar gets to the header here, puts the ball into the back of the net, and that makes it 3-2 to my opponent. So just over 12 minutes to go, we're all behind here, 3-2 to my opponent, and things just weren't looking very good for us as the game was being closed out here. Neymar had a hat-trick, just couldn't seem to contain the Brazilian, and in injury time here, I had too many bodies pushed forward. Neymar fakes shots past Yunus Kabul really nicely and puts the ball past Petr Cech. So 4 goals for Neymar in all. The guy was a really decent player, and he definitely deserved to win this game as well. He played a lot better than me, to be honest, and quite frankly, I didn't really turn up on defense, which isn't a real surprise because I am very weak defensively. I do know that, but you know, 4 goals for Neymar, man, was just ridiculous. Just showed how good he was, and sadly, that was how the game finished. So 4-2 to my opponent, and we do once again lose in the semi-finals. So that's 2 attempts in a row in this tournament where we failed to get past the semi-finals, and 4 goals for Neymar, man. Seriously, just ridiculous. But yeah, sadly, that was how the game finished. We do lose, and as I said, the guy was a better player than me. There's no doubt about it, and he definitely deserved to win. And you know, we have to take that on the chin and come back stronger the next time. And we do go straight back into it. To be honest, I really want to win this thing. I just want to win 1 trophy, 1 tournament in this series, and we do have to change the squad as well to use our skill side, as the BPL side was tiring, and we did have 2 players injured. Sandro, who cost us one of the goals in that game, and Loic Remy also got injured. We came against this 4-4-2 BPL side: Cech, Clichy, Vidic, Vertonghen, Walker, Schürrle, Nasri, Rooney playing CM, Jesus Navas, and Sturridge and Benteke were the strike partnership. So a very strong BPL side here my opponent had. And the first chance did come to us, and the first goal came to us as well. A wonderful ball by Lucas Leiva there. I thought Carlos Eduardo was offside, but he wasn't, and our playmaker made it 1-0 there. So a good start for us. But in the 49th minute, my opponent comes back here. Mario Fernandes loses the ball, loses out to Nasri. Nasri crosses the ball in towards the head of Daniel Sturridge, and he puts the ball past Cini to make it 1-1. So back on level terms here. But in the 63rd minute, this is really frustrating. Bernard finds Carlos Eduardo here. Nice McGeady spin, then the reverse step over, then the scoop turn, gets himself inside. Ronaldo chops past his man, and then he just gets barged to the floor by the defender there, and the referee didn't give anything. That was a clear free kick, and maybe a red card as well, probably a booking, but that's a clear free kick. How on earth did I not get anything for that? But it was still 1-1, and the game did go into extra time, so that was just frustrating as hell, man. I was really annoyed about that. But in extra time, the first chance came to us. Jadson down the left hand side takes on Kyle Walker, beats him with the Berber spin, gets onto his stronger right foot, but the shot is well saved by the keeper, and sadly my opponent managed to clear the ball. So it did finish 1-1 after 120 minutes worth of play. So that would mean we would go to penalties here. So it'll be a battle of the better Petr Cechs in goal. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to do a joke there. The better Petr Cech battle in goal. And sadly for us, well, we had the first penalty, and I always feel really pessimistic on penalties. However, Bernard did send Petr Cech the wrong way, so we did take the lead here. And oh, we didn't have Petr Cech in this game, did we? We were using our skill team. Cini was in goal. Sorry about that. But anyway, it was 1-0 to us, but Sturridge did send Cini the wrong way. So it was 1-1 here on penalties as things stood. Jadson then stepped up for us here against Petr Cech, and sadly Cech made the save. So not a real surprise that I missed the penalty. My penalty record is really bad, so I was expecting to lose this shootout, and that gave my opponent the upper hand, and he took it as well. Benteke put the ball past Cini to make it 2-1 here, and as things stood, things were looking pretty bleak. But Carlos Eduardo did step up, and he put the ball past Petr Cech to make it 2-2 here. But of course, my opponent did have a penalty in hand. He stepped up with the German Andre Schürrle of Chelsea, but Rogerio Cini pulled off the save. So back on level terms, all square. Still a chance for us to redeem ourselves here. Alex then stepped up to take this penalty and found the bottom corner. So we are back in front in this game, and the pressure then goes on to my opponent. Nasri steps up, the Manchester City player. Can Nasri score against Cini? Yes, he can. He puts the ball down the middle as Cini dives to his left, and it is now back on level terms. Lucas Leiva then steps up for us here, the Liverpool holding midfielder. Can he score? Yes, he can. Sends Petr Cech the wrong way, so I was holding my nerve as things stood, as we were about to approach sudden death. Wayne Rooney had to score this penalty for my opponent, and unfortunately he did. Cini stood still. He put the ball to Cini's right, and that made it 4-4 as things stood. So sudden death here. Ronaldinho then stepped up and found the back of the net. So once again, pressure back on my opponent here as Ronaldinho scores. Jesus Navas, the City winger, must score for my opponent. Can he do so? Yes, he can. Cini dives the right way, but it goes over his body. He didn't stick a hand out, unfortunately, and that is why my opponent leveled the score up there. Here, Richarlison steps up and finds the top corner. So again, pressure back on my opponent, but he was holding his nerve as things stood, despite the fact I was putting the pressure on him. Gael Clichy then steps up, and again, he outfoxes Rogerio Cini. So once again, my opponent was holding his nerve, and Felipe Santana, our centre-back, then stepped up for us in sudden death, and Penacek made the save, which meant as my opponent was playing really well on penalties, he had the chance to seal it with the captain, Nemanja Vidic of Manchester United. Could he do it? Yes, he can. Put the ball down the middle, and Cini dives to his right, and he did indeed seal the penalty shootout. So we do go out straight from the first attempt in the round of 16 on penalties. 8-7 on penalties, really entertaining. But unfortunately, it was us that lost, and that's not a real surprise, is it? My penalty record is really bad. I never seem to be able to save penalties either. I never seem to guess the right way. And unfortunately, it was a really balanced game, to be honest. I think, you know, neither side deserved to lose it, but I guess if it's going to be decided, penalties was probably the only way to split us, and unfortunately it was him that got the luck, held his nerve, and he goes through and we go out, which means that we do once again re-enter the Champions Shield again. I'm just desperate to win it, to be honest. We came against this 4-1-2-1-2 side here, a really decent side. However, the chemistry wasn't that strong. There were some players that weren't really having any links, to be honest. I think one of those was, or were they all strong links? I'm pretty sure that Lucas Leiva might not have got 9 chemistry, but even so, the side was pretty decent, and the first chance came to us in the 10th minute here. Bernard gets past his man, goes through 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper here, and well, for the first time in a very, very long time, we get some luck. I mean, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? We never seem to get any luck in this series. We always seem to be on the receiving end of some misfortune, but this time we do get some luck as Bernard bundles the ball home there. It seemed to be a catastrophic mix-up between 4 players and the goalkeeper, and Bernard was the lucky one as he put the ball into the empty net. So 1-0 here, and we deserved that piece of luck. And in the 28th minute here, Ronaldinho rolls the ball through to Bernard. Bernard sees the run of Carlos Eduardo, plays him through. He's all alone here as he takes on Miranda. He's got the pace to beat him. Goes on the right hand side, nice little Berber spin to get himself inside, and he finishes the ball, or finishes the ball, I should say, into the bottom corner. So 2-0 here, 29 minutes in, and it looked like we would be going back to winning ways. And in the 35th minute here, Felipe Luis loses out to Alex. Alex gets past him with the Berber spin, then the roulette, then tries to fake Rabona himself inside, does really well, then the scoop turn, gets taken out, but again, the referee doesn't give us a chance to score from a dead ball situation, as he says that is not a penalty, and I was like, are you serious? That seemed like a definite penalty to us. And well, straight from that, Rubinho finds Felipe Luis here down the left-hand side. He plays the ball inside to Rubinho. Rubinho gets himself inside the defender and finds the bottom corner. So as things stood, we probably should have got a penalty there to make it 3-0. And instead, my opponent goes up the other end and makes it 2-1. So I felt like that was a real injustice there. But unfortunately, it was 2-1. We'd had to come back from that. And in the 62nd minute here, Bernard is onto the ball. He plays the ball over the top towards Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho's all alone. Julio Cesar tips the ball up in the air, but Bernard heads the ball past Julio Cesar, and he probably should have clawed it out, but instead he could only put the ball into his net. That made it 3-1. And that is also how the game finished. So we deserve to get some luck after that very, very frustrating game where we lost on penalties in the last one. We do get some luck, and we are through to the quarterfinals of the Champions Shield, and hopefully this time we will be able to go all the way. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you are, please leave a like, and I will see you for the next episode of My Ultimate Team very soon.